All right, there's the leader. So we've caught her.
Nice fish, Grant.
Oh, dude, that's so sick.
Just good. Hey, how y'all doing? My name's Ethan. Today is December the 7th, and it's a little cold outside. The high today is 67. This week, in the middle of the week, the water temperatures just barely got to 60. Started the day out, it was 52, 53, and it climbed to 58. Fishing was good. There's a lot of big trout that have pushed in shallow now that things have really cooled down. We've got a real winter here on our hands, and so with all the big trout that have pushed in, I love fishing for them, and especially if you've got an opportunity to sight fish them, it even makes the situation even more special. They're not always the easiest to fish when they push in shallow. They require a very stealthy approach, and oftentimes to catch a large fish, you got to make a long cast. And so today we're going to be tying a deceiver, Lefty's deceiver, and I like this pattern a lot because it provides a soft entry, and in the water, the depth that the fish are in, it's relatively neutrally buoyant. It's not going to sink super quick. It's just a very utilitarian fly to have in the box. It imitates a sardine, a baitfish. One species that I believe that goes overlooked is a ballyhoo or a needlefish. Redfish, trout, and snook love to eat them. And so with all that being said, let's just get started. The hook that I'm going to tie it on is a SL12S. It's a short shank and it's a number 1. You could really just tie this hook on any style of J hook. I've just got a ton of these sitting around that I'm not really using for anything in particular, and so that's just the hook we're going to use today. I've got a 210 denier here, flat wax nylon, and we're going to start our thread right here at the middle of the shank and then just work our way back and tie in 2 married hackles. And you can use a long saddle hackle. I've got a white neck right here, but the difference between marrying and splaying is each feather has natural curvature to it, and splayed would be where they oppose, and marrying is when they're stuck together. And so we're just going to eyeball about 2 shanks. I like want these feathers to kind of stick out a good little ways, providing a little action. In any tail material, I'm always going to go ahead and parachute. Just create a little base down at the bottom of the feather, stiffening up the quill just a little bit. Then I've got some pearl crystal flash here. I'm going to use it to kind of fill up the shank, and I'm just going to double it up here and tie it down. And then with my fingers, I'm just going to twist it and palmer it forward, kind of covering all the chartreuse thread. Tie it off, and I'm going to fold it back and use it as my flash for the fly. Trim it just short of the hackles. And then now this next step is the method's called hollow tying. And what it does is it allows you to use less material and get more bulk or girth. And the first one I'm going to do is I've cut off a very, if you twisted it tight, it might be a little thicker than a pencil lead. But then I've aligned the tips of the bucktail so that there's a little uniformity to the bucktail itself, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball it about 3/4 of the way up the hackle here. And I'm going to tie it pointed forward. Then trimming the remainder off the hook there. I'll rotate my vise, and I'm going to grab some chartreuse. And these are already pretty well lined up, and then just making it the same length as my white. Tie it in on the top side. Oops. And now this is the trickier part of hollow tying. You could use a ballpoint pen if you took the ink cartridge out of the pen, or a deer hair stacker. You could stack this hair and fold it backwards to get a grip on it. I'm just going to use my fingers and fold it backwards and get a good grip on it. Make a couple of wraps on it, relatively tight. And then you could move the bucktail around a little bit to get to where you want it to sit, but then just going to snug up on it and make some nice tight wraps on it. And then a couple half hitches here. And some head cement. And there you go. It's a simple fly, but highly effective. We can thank Lefty for that one. All right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and enjoy your day.